Hi, I'm Eric Towel Savage,
And I'm DrPloMyGod Aiken.
and we are your poker-spam.com news team. South Carolina poker players this week won their appeal. Poker is now officially a game of skill. No longer do I have an excuse when I lose $1 million a week. I can just say I'm unlucky. What are you going to say about that,
That's
Doc?
right. I think it's true. I mean, I've worked very hard to at this game of skill to lose my money, and I'm so happy that South Carolina has finally, validated my opinion of poker. It makes all the difference in the world to me.
Absolutely. I mean, now you know you just suck and you're not just unlucky. It's apparently
Yeah.
they're going to appeal because you know.
Well, it's about they got to make some money. They're not going to make any money on a game of skill. They got to get those education lotteries going and screw everyone out of their $5 at a time and give it to the state legislature. But they can't make too much money on a game of skill.
No, they certainly can. I mean, it brings me back to something I've always said. The lottery is for retards. So let's move along
But
to
you play
our.
every week, though, right? I mean, you play every week like I do,
Well, I'm
correct?
not going to admit to that live on the air, but occasionally a ticket might
Uh,
accidentally find its way into my wallet on lottery day. But who knows where it came
it,
from?
it, that's right. It's a dream.
It's a dream. So, as you guys know, we type Moosecock into the major news search engines, so you don't have to. And we got a great story here from a site called UWire. And basically the quote that's brought it up here is about the music industry sucking so bad. It says, the music, I understand why it doesn't get discussed, because it sucks. I mean, it blows. It's terrible. It blows major moose cock. Now, we've both blown some major moose cock, haven't we, Doc?
That's right, especially in poker. But I really am I'm proud of this person for putting this word out in in the lexicon of the English language. I really appreciate it. I mean this magazine is something else. I mean I don't know. Do you understand this cover?
I have no
The
idea what's going
paragraph?
on. I mean, is this guy like something about death to the crows or something? I mean, I've never had a
I
problem
love.
with crows.
He's like anti-love or something. I don't get this at all. But I like the megaphone, and I'm very worked up about it. So
His beard looks a little bit about your, a little bit like
oh
yours.
he doesn't have a full one like myself, but he's working on it.
He's working on it. Yeah, he's working on it. He'll get there eventually. But yeah, I don't get this at all. But I agree with what you're saying about Moosecock. It's really important we get it out there, and that's why we're highlighting this guy here. His name is Bob Moosecock. I mean, that couldn't be anything more cool than that. And as we're battling to get the word Moosecock out there, this guy's living the dream.
It's fabulous. I did not know there was anyone named Moosecock. He owns his own Moosecock Ranch. I mean, this is a vacation spot of a lifetime. And, he's probably got little baby Moosecocks and grandpa Moosecock. It's just brilliant. We're going to make this guy a household name, and hopefully we'll make a lot of money on it.
Oh yeah, I mean, if this guy is the millionaire at the end of the year with a name like Moosecock, I don't know who will be. I mean, so
How
let
can you go wrong with a name like that? It's just
absolutely.
brilliant.
I've handled a moose cock, but I've never lived a moose cock. And this guy lives a moose cock. He lives the
I
moose
don't know
cock
what
experience
he
every day.
raises Moosecock. He's a Moosecock rancher. It's just
Oh, it's
it's
amazing.
too good to be true. I'm so glad we found him.
So, for Immediate of the Week, and 2 plus 2, as we've said before, is a great forum. They do some fantastic books. You guys should buy their stuff. What do you say about that, Doc?
Absolutely, everything 2 plus 2 equals great.
So, let's have a look at this retard. He says he's got 3 Japanese roommates, and they're making lots of oohs and eh noises and various things like that. Um, I mean, he seems to be just, insulting the Asians. And what are you going to say about it, Doc? I mean, what's your take on the argument?
Ah, well, I mean, I don't think he's ever heard anyone having sex before, and I would be very excited to have 3 Japanese roommates saying ooh and ah in the other room. I mean, this whole website's devoted to people of my proclivities, and I think he should really, count his blessings here. What do you think?
Oh, totally. I mean, from what the Thai gurus told me, these Asian orgies are fantastic. I mean, he's had nothing but orgies. He's been out there in Thailand 3 ways, 4 ways. I think he had a 5 way once, but midway through it, he gave one of the girls away to his mate. I mean, sounds fantastic. I don't know what this guy's problem is.
It's just all orgies all the time over in Asia, and it's not racist to say that. That's all I got to say about that.
No, I mean, there's no
But
racism in complimenting people on being liberal and free. I mean, it's like longing for the 60s again. It's not timist to long for the 60s.
no, no, and of course everyone's calling them a racist or anything. It's just, it's just hilarious. He's got 3 Japanese roommates, and he's obviously anti-Japanese.
Yeah, yeah. Well, what he doesn't say on here is he's probably Japanese himself, and he just doesn't understand why he doesn't fit in. The problem is, buddy, it's because you're ugly, and they don't want you in their orgy. So
yeah, that's right. That's right. You have to be uglier than that guy who got turned down by whores last week in Vegas.
Oh, geez, yeah. If you haven't seen that one, check out 2 weeks ago's news review. We found a guy who cannot pay a stripper to sleep with him despite being a millionaire. I mean, this is a semi-serious news story. I mean, it combines 2 elements, really. I mean, it combines a guy who basically can't win at poker. This Abraham Karotki guy is just a complete loser. He's got no hope of success in anything. And, it's well known that, women are more often recreational players than men. I'm not going to be sexist and say what a lot of you guys at home are thinking, that women just aren't as clever as us, and that's why the women's tournaments are easier. I'm just going to say it's because, there's more recreational players. And this guy is too cowardly to play with the men. I mean, myself and Doc, we've been losing to the men for years, and we would never stoop this low, would we?
We would love to switch tournaments, and, we've lost 100% with the men. Let's try something new. But even we do not have we're not as low as this guy to join the women's tournament.
I mean, I'm devastated that she didn't show him his place and beat him. I mean, she's the champion of this tournament. I don't know.
Breast cancer survivor. I mean, they should have given her the trophy before the tournament even started.
Yeah, I mean, she's a hero in life. She's going through challenges at the moment with cancer. But, I mean, to me, that's irrelevant to the story. I mean, the main feature of the story for me is that she's the champion. She won this event, and I am disgusted at the Borgoda. And I'm writing into the Borgoda right now. I want you guys watching out there on YouTube and PokerTube to write to your senator. Write to the Borgoda. This is disgusting. This lady is the champion. She deserves to be awarded the trophy. Atlantic City should have this result overturned and stricken.
Oh, she should have her own day in Atlantic City from now on. Every day of the year. It's just atrocious.
Yeah, it's ridiculous that she is not the champion in this tournament. Right here on www.poker-bank.com, we consider you the champion. And until our viewers are satisfied and this Abraham loser, scumbag, douchebag, he's not even good enough to be a moosecock. Until this guy is stripped of the title and she's awarded the trophy and the money, I will not rest and I will not be satisfied. How about you, Doc?
Absolutely. And when we have our Poker Spank 50-cent invitational, we're inviting her, and we hope she comes.
Yeah, I hope she plays. And to be honest, we're not very good. She doesn't need to worry about the fact that there's going to be men in the tournament. She's probably a lot better than any of us.
She's going to clean up in our tournament.
She's going to be a lot better than any of us. I'm not ashamed to admit that she's a better poker player than me. She deserves
and the prize pool speaks for itself in the name of the tournament. But
well, that's the end of this week's news review. I'm Eric Towel Savage.
And I'm Sammy, DrPloMyGod, Aiken.
And we are your www.poker-bank.com news team.